Devashis prabhu.
Pandita Didi, Dandavat, how are you?
How are you?
Good, thanks. How's your mum?
She's better, but still quite weak.
Sure. Well, yeah. I'm glad to know that she's on the mend.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Good news.
She's with me now.
Aye.
Yeah.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Govinda, Govinda. Yes, Dandavat, dear devotees.
Maharaj.
Dandavat, Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj. How are you?
How are you doing, Ishanuga Didi?
Hi, how are you, Maharaj?
One day older. One day less. One day crossed off the remainder of the calendar. You know how people in the workplace, they have crosses or blank spaces until Christmas.
Yes.
Krishna, Krishna. Can you just give me 1 second? Because I got a message here. Oh, news from Vijay Krishna Prabhu. Wanted to share the great news. Just now came in. Finally, we became parents. Leelamoy's health is okay as well. Some headaches due to medicine, but both mother and baby are fine. Her name is Valentine. Oh, Valentina. I was going to say that right. Valentina. Okay, there we are. A new arrival in the world, and may her birth be her last. Oh, she didn't just arrive. Then Thursday she arrived. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so 2 days ago.
Yeah, yes, that's right, yeah.
All right, all right. So just at this moment, that message came in, and I thought I better read it because it was coming from London. So we are in London. Giant. So, and nobody else joined. Tarit Krishna Prabhu and Maya. Maya. Is Maya her full name? Yes. Okay. Very good. And Arupa Vilas Prabhu, his full name. And Rasamoyi Pandita Devidasi, full name. Seva Rupa Devidasi, full name. And what? Okay. Devashis Prabhu can explain the meaning of that verse in Bhagavad Gita, that of names, I am the double-barreled name or something. So we have Seva Rupa, Rasamoyi Pandita, Rupa Vilas, Tarit Krishna. Anyhow, we've come together. We're 4 minutes in. Let's give obeisances to each other as we've arrived in the West London mat.
Banchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
And we can happily say, because we've been remembering Navadip and Gurudev and Guru Maharaj in Navadip, of course, we've been remembering Navadip a lot by the grace of the devotees. And so Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundaju Ki Jai. And you can give the Jais, Devashis, so I don't get them wrong, for West London and then for East London, kindly.
Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Sundar Radha Girid Hariju Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Sham Sundar Girid Hariju Ki Jai.
Guru Gauranga Radha Shyama Sundar Girid Hariju Ki Jai. Okay, yeah. Beautiful. And both temples, beautiful places. Let me just do my fast typing, a quick line to Vijay Krishna, because he's been sending me another note. So I'll just let him know that we're all together. We're all together. And I just shared your news. If everyone's obeisances and good wishes. Good, with 4 Ds, good wishes. There you are. There. That's my message. Now it's a public message. Just see. Hare Krishna. Now, what are we to do? Oh, we're to do something about harmony. Oh my goodness, how difficult is this subject matter? It seems. Truth and harmony in the age of conflict and hypocrisy. Oh my goodness. Well, it's a lifelong challenge, but in brief, put the truth is Sri Krishna, the embodiment of truth, beauty, sweetness, reality, the beautiful. So if everything can be Krishna-centered, then there will be harmony, and harmony in diversity also. So many diverse things in nature, but everything in Goloka Vrindavan is consciously utilized, like only in the service of the Lord. But so many groups, so many this, so many that, but one center. And then we get harmony. But it is the age of quarrel. And in the age of quarrel, many things come. And we try to continue knowing it is Kali Yuga. And yesterday, not a quarrel, but yesterday we are out and we are on one road doing Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, Jai. And really, so many cars, so much pollution, so much noise, big buildings on each side, and the cars going down beside us. And in the middle of the Sankirtan, actually, we're calling out, Kali Yuga Ki Jai, because how obviously we are in Kali Yuga when we're in that environment. And you think every car, if it's doing 1000 RPM, which is very low for a car, right? If it's 1000 RPM and it's a 4-cylinder car, then where are mathematics? 4000 explosions in a minute. And then you've got like 100 cars, that's 4,000 times 100. So 400,000 explosions taking place just within 50 meters or 100 meters of our ears. Every minute. And probably you can round it off to 500,000 explosions every minute. And then all that gas, all that metal, then the Iron Age is there. So when there are quarrels also, then we can also take some understanding. It's the age of quarrel, and it's the age of hypocrisy. And it is very unfortunate sometimes, and hypocrisy means somebody's coming with showing one attitude, but actually coming with another purpose. And then maybe too late, we realize, oh dear, they're actually not coming for nourishment, they're coming for something else. Then we think, all right, it's the age of quarrel, it's the age of hypocrisy. So let us be like we were on Harinam Sankirtan and say, Kali Yuga Ki Jai, because we've got the holy name of the Lord. And thankfully, we've got the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev.
Oh, have you frozen?
You've all come in a little late, or maybe my clock is fast. I know I must make harmony. My clock is fast. It must be fast. But happy to have you all with us. Hare Krishna. And what can we say? We can say from different angles the idea of truth and harmony in the age of conflict and hypocrisy. Because truth and harmony is a constant. it's the age of conflict and hypocrisy, which is an extra challenge. But when the negative forces are around us, it is somehow more obvious than if like luxurious and gentlemanly dealings are taking place around us. And somebody may be perfectly gentlemanly or ladyly, or in the modern age, neutral, anyway, whatever it is. Well, somebody may be completely well behaved, like the perfectly the etiquette and everything else, but without Krishna consciousness, then that charm can also mislead us. We can be drawn into the beauty and subtle enjoyment, nourishment, wholesome things of the world. So we are also told that Satya Yuga, it is not so helpful as this age. It means in this age, we've got the holy name, and this is everything. We have to tolerate all the things that happen around us and try to handle the best we can. And like our days, I was thinking of our early days, and not only early days, all days of book distribution. It's not that we got the answer to every question in the first 2 weeks of distributing Back to Godhead magazines and then books. Again and again, we're getting challenges and shouted at, and people coming in a very aggressive way. And gradually we learn how to answer the questions in a way that they may be like pacified and get some nourishment, but at least that the people will be pacified. But it is a constant situation in this world that we may not handle everything in the perfect way, and then afterwards we can think, oh, how should I have harmonized a certain answer? And in the book distribution days, of course, from the fanatic Christians, you can say the ones carrying the placards and chanting various things. But we were carrying placards and chanting many things yesterday, but for Krishna. Anyhow, we would get regularly accosted by these persons. And although we know that what we're doing is right, it is sometimes we are caught off guard about how to answer this and this and this. And still today, I find myself then in various conflicts, people say things and they're very strong, this, and we get caught off guard. Sometimes by surprise of what we hear from devotees.
Oh, Maharaj, you've frozen up. So very thoughtful bows, but frozen. Oh dearie me. Oh dear.
It wasn't me, I didn't touch anything. It was the internet. And in this age, even getting cut off on the internet, then we can be accused of all sorts of things.
That's so true.
Hare Krishna. But we must continue and give a jai to Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel. And in this age, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And try to be aloof and try not to get sucked in when people are debating something. If it's not our debate, let it be. As Vrindavan Das Thakur says, not to get involved in others' arguments. We can answer for Guru Maharaj, we can answer for Gurudev. We had much experience. But when people are asking us to answer for somebody else, it is difficult. You go to that person. Hare Krishna. And Ananda Swarupini Devidasi, the answer is yes. I plan to be here in Italy for a little while longer. No plan to go anywhere. And by the way, if anybody wants to come to Italy from London, from Stansted to Bergamo, which is right down here, they're going for €7. It's a €14 round trip, all inclusive, no extra fees. So no need to think you have to save up. You may have to save up to take the test, but you have no material contamination, that you're a pure devotee. That's the test at the airport. Oh, no, it's not. The test is for the virus. And today here, the doctor came for another purpose. They're asking me, well, hey, now the doctor is here. You want the doctor? I said, yes, I have a Hrid Rogam. Please cure me. Then everyone's very puzzled. The doctor's never heard of Hrid Rogam. What kind of doctor is this? Hrid Rogam is disease of the heart. You all know that. Disease of the heart. That we are not 100% faithful. We're not 24 hours a day giving. We are not being 100% truthful. We are not being harmonizing properly with the environment. And we know we get tests again and again and again. And about truthful, Guru Maharaj, when he was young, now I haven't heard an exact age, but when he was young, he resolved to himself that I will always tell the truth. From this day, I will always tell the truth, whether it will cause some difficulty or not, that outcome will be as it will be. And then Guru Maharaj expressed, he said, after that, I felt like that the world had become a ball of clay in my hand, just by that fixed vow of truthfulness. And we saw that truthfulness in the time when some investigations came from the government. And Govinda Maharaj telling Guru Maharaj what's happening. And then Guru Maharaj also saying to him, to Govinda Maharaj, I cannot tell a lie. I cannot say anything which is not true. And Govinda Maharaj said, but you can not say anything. And Guru Maharaj agreed. He said, yes, I cannot say anything. And they will come to you. Yes, and then Govinda Maharaj, yes, they can come to me. And Govinda Maharaj always telling the truth, as it were, when it means for savor. But when Gurudev also had to sort of say some things for the government, he also was always reflecting on that afterwards. Not comfortable, but for the sake of the mission, the sake of the temple. Gurudev having to say some things sometimes. Hare Krishna. But if I say those now, then some people get very upset or whatever it may be. But we lived with Gurudev, we lived with Guru Maharaj. We remember those days, and really we would like everybody to share in those days. That is the harmony. Guru Maharaj and Gurudev are the harmony. This is the fact. And out of everybody, Gurudev, the harmonious one. And Gurudev can adjust himself to unusual circumstances, unexpected circumstances. But Gurudev can also adjust others in their view of those circumstances. That is Gurudev. Hare Krishna. And it is the age of Kali, so we cannot expect a peaceful life. But as one of our sweet devotees pointed out, when we're reading about Satya Yuga and other ages and all the things that took place between the sadhus, as maybe last week we were also in that section, about Daksha and Shiva and Sati, etc., etc. I mean, there were some fairly heavy things going on in that time, but it all got harmonized in due course of time. But a very vivid description, which cannot be painted with three-dimensional electronic this, that, and the other of what took place, or cannot be recreated faithfully, at least, as it is, from that description of what took place in the yajna that was being performed by Daksha, etc. So many cursing and counter-cursing and all sorts of things going on, but finally harmonized. And harmonized with humility, with obeisances, with forgiving offenses and all these things. And they came to Shiva. Shiva was very satisfied by their prayers, their regret, their this, their that. And in due course of time, they all lived happily ever after, which is the good ending for every story. But some got a goat's head instead of the nice head that they had before. Some got this, some got that, but a little change in the outer appearance. And then the question comes for those who are analytical, you know, how does Daksha speak when he has a goat's head? What was the sound? And then we think, oh, just don't even think about these things. Look at Ganesh. How does Ganesh? How we can't think the first time that any of you heard about the elephant's head being put on a human body. Then how does this work? Did Pushta Krishna do that surgery? What was involved in this? And the dimensions, a human neck, an elephant's neck. Once we start to think, then the faithful land dissolves, and then we get all sorts of very dry stories that come out instead of a live Leela that comes out, and reality. What's in Bhagavatam is reality. And everything finally in Bhagavatam becomes harmonized where? Goloka Vrindavan, Radha Krishna Leela, Leela of the Gopis, the Leela of the Gopas, Mother Jashoda, the parental section, the friendly section, the servitor section, the neutral section, the flowers, the bees, everything. Hare Krishna. And this is where also our harmony must come, and our harmony must come with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Mahaprabhu presenting everything through Rupa Goswami, and that coming to our present age with Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in particular as the pillar. And right there, Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj giving this through Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev to the world. And this is what we are all for, to bring to them. And if we can have one center, then under one shelter, everything will go on harmoniously, for sure, with all the diversity. Many individual centers, then must be some clash. But it is Kali Yuga, it is the age of quarrel. And in our life, we've got two supreme examples, but one supreme example is Srila Govinda Maharaj. So closely with him, and Gurudev appointed him. He had him selected from 19, we can be generous and say 1948, but even 1947. So you can say 40 years. Guru Maharaj declaring, here will be my successor if he can follow me. And 40 years he prepared him, all these things, and put in his will after will, Guru Maharaj putting about Govinda Maharaj. And if he's not yet taken sannyas, everybody will wait 5 years before for him to take sannyas. And still not, then some will be selected. But to wait 5 years after Guru Maharaj's disappearance for him to take sannyas. And with all of this open support and everything, when Gurudev passed away, so many disturbances came. With that backing of 40 years by Guru Maharaj, and then so many disturbances. And then we can consider that, at least in India, it seems to be every temple, maybe every temple, but practically every temple, the temples we heard some history of after Gurudev passed away, then the history of those temples, so many disturbances came in each temple after that Guru passed away. So we had the wonderful example of Gurudev of not only harmony, but affectionately harmonizing so many contradictory things after the appearance day of Guru Maharaj. So I don't know what has brought this title into Devashis Prabhu's thought, but truth and harmony, we must try to prevail. Gurudev tried to make truth and harmony prevail after the disappearance of Guru Maharaj also. But disturbances come and we have to continue our spiritual life and thinking the guidance of our masters is for us. And what will be from outside, everybody individually has to adjust. And they're going to have one opinion. Everybody's got some different opinion, it may be. But we will look at least to what is the opinion of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev and their example of how to harmonize, and not only how to harmonize, but their example of harmony. Hare Krishna. Anyway, Devashis Prabhu, I don't know what you are thinking, what this brought this on, but these are some things which come up because we see very unexpected and extraordinary things and unexpected statements and extraordinary statements. And we need to try to, relevant for ourselves, keep the focus, keep the understanding, what is Chaitanya Saraswati? And Gurudev's words, the memorial to Srila Guru Maharaj. And if that is at the center, so many varying viewpoints and everything, but with this aim, and this is the wish of Gurudev, no doubt. And we must try to do what will please Gurudev and not do anything which we see, oh no, disapproved. Follow that path. Truthful to the guidance as best as we understand of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, and harmonize all different ways of thinking. Accept, yes, okay, they've got that view, but not to disturb others, not to break faith of others, not to assert that what you think it is, it must be 100% right. That is also a dangerous position. We must have some room to understand others' point of view, as Gurudev showed on so many occasions, understanding why this person thinks like that, why this person is thinking like this. But in their own way, they're all trying to do devotional service. And so that is the harmony and the unity which comes, that everyone's trying to be a devotee, And according to our capacity to understand and what is our source of understanding, we'll put that into practice, but with a clean heart, try to proceed. And I can say, try everyone to understand the nature of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. Try to understand their sweet, harmonious affectionate nature, and be part of that team, the team to share that affection. This will bring harmony. Harmony comes with love, harmony comes with affection, not with aggression and many things. So let us ourselves try to practice nicely according to our inner heart, and let us try to cope with the challenges of keeping harmony in Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. Govinda Nandini joined us. Madhu Gopal Prabhu joined us. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu joined us. Subhasini Devi joined us. Jai. Dandavat to you all who came in presently. So, Devashis Prabhu is going to give us a sweet, harmonious answer because you made the question, so something is in your thought.
Yeah, actually, Maharaj, if you see the title, it is with a question mark. So that's the, the question: is it possible truth and harmony in the age of conflict and hypocrisy?
Yes, it is possible when birds of a feather flock together and fly happily in the sky.
Yes, it is. We see, as we hear from Srimad Bhagavatam, Kale dosha, nidhe raja nasti he go mahan guna, kirtana deva krishnasya mukta bandha param brajat. That, that this Kali Yuga is just an ocean of faults. And really, we see that if you just have to switch on the television or the radio or wherever you get your news from, and you'll see. That's all you see. You see conflict and hypocrisy. And, we can say I was amused, and I think many people were amused to see that our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, he was just interviewed by some school children. One of the school children asked him, "Have you ever lied in your political career?" And he said completely, like, straight-faced, "No, never." So I mean, he used to be a journalist for The Observer and was sacked for lying, making up stories that weren't true. It's been his whole career has been lying. And we laugh about it, but actually, Guru Maharaj explains that according to the teachings of Karabhajan Rishi, who was the last Vedic sage, that when the leaders of society, when they lie to the people, that it causes a pollution in the ether, and the result of that is all kinds of pandemics. So, we're in the middle of a pandemic now, and perhaps, the dishonesty of the leaders of the world has a lot more to do with that than some scientists in China, perhaps. I think it's probably the case. And of course, we see, so much conflict between everybody, that even those who are meant to be friendly to one another, always some conflict there going on. This is just the age that we live in, that all of us, from the youngest to the oldest here, we can say that not one of us has lived a day that there hasn't been some war being waged somewhere in the world in our life. It's just the fact. We're blasé to it, we just live with it. We just think it's normal. And really, I suppose it is normal because it's Kali Yuga. But as the Bhagavatam verse says, that one redeeming quality of this age is that simply by performing the kirtan of Lord Sri Krishna, that you can reach the highest attainment of life. That everything auspicious can come to you. And really, this is the medium and the source and the hope for truth and harmony in the Kali age. The holy name of the Lord, it can be what unifies us all, from whatever perspective we can come from. We can leave that and come together in Harinam Sankirtan and find that there's an underlying harmony there that makes everything else seem silly. Actually, it makes everything else seem trivial. Fighting over this and that and all the things that people fight over in this material world. It's all ludicrous, really. Why are we fighting over temporary things that are here today and gone tomorrow? We're just wasting our lives. We're just, the Maya is just providing us with endless distractions all of the time, just for that. And we see, like this social media that we're on now, that's one of the greatest forums for that. You can lose yourself in that. Somebody asked the question, if they were to wake up like a prehistoric man, find them preserved in ice or whatever, woke them up, what would be the most difficult thing to explain to them? And someone's reply, which I thought was really good, was that now I have in my pocket a small device which can connect me to all of the knowledge of the whole world. But instead of that, I use that to watch funny videos of cats and get into pointless arguments with people in chat rooms over, unimportant things. And really, that's the fact, that we have so much facility. We can use this modern technology for the service of Krishna, for broadcasting Krishna consciousness, for engaging in these meetings that we have now with the Zoom and everything to discuss Krishna consciousness. But how many of us are just glued to these devices looking at nonsense and wasting our times? Like 100% of our time spent in distraction nowadays. When we were younger, not so much was available to distract us in the world of the media. But now, every moment you can fill your time, every moment, 24 hours a day, with distraction. And then, Maya's job is done for her. She can just sit back and watch us making complete fools of ourselves. But we can utilize these things for our benefit also. You can say, in a sense, it's like an extension of our mind. As Krishna says in the Gita, for those whose minds are uncontrolled, the mind is his worst enemy. So, then if we're just unbridled in our pursuit of, anything that comes in front of us to please our senses, then we're our own worst enemy. But for those that are self-controlled and have a higher purpose, the very same thing, the mind that has caused us so much trouble, can be our best friend, can give us some actual help in our progress of spiritual life. And so in the same way, all of this technology which extends from that, it can also be used in the service of Krishna and to help us in our own progressive attempt to realize Krishna consciousness, to serve Lord Krishna, to become absorbed in the pursuit of Sharanagati. So really, it's nothing to blame, no one and nothing to blame but ourselves if we're not utilizing our time in the proper way. We can say, there's so much distraction, there's so much this, there's so much that, but you have some responsibility to say, no, I'm not going down that street. I'm going down this street, which leads me to the temple of Lord Krishna. I don't need to be distracted by all these other things. And that finally comes down to your own personal choice. So, if you really want truth and harmony in this age, this inauspicious age of Kali, it's up to you. It depends where you look for those things. We know, all of us here, we've all come in connection with the supreme absolute truth by the grace of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Then we know where we should be going, what we should be doing. We know all of these things. And if we don't do those things, then who is to blame? Is Maya to blame, or are we to blame? We are to blame for our own situation, nobody else. So, then we have to take life a little seriously. It's not just, Guru Maharaj would say, do you think it's just a fun? Meaning, do you think it's just a game, all of this, that we're doing? Everything is just a game to play? just a pastime. But no, it's not. It's very serious, the most serious thing. What am I here for, and what am I meant to do? And how am I supposed to navigate this world of birth, death, old age, and disease? Am I just going to be pulled into it time after time, life after life, all of the time, just revolving helplessly around that? Or am I going to make a decision? No, I'm not going to take part in that anymore. I want to take part in this, in the pursuit of Krishna consciousness, as best as I can, as much as I can. And, more and more we should try to be giving ourselves to that. We don't have to be perfect, but we need to be going in the right direction. So that will give us, harmony, and truth is there if we look for it, if we know where to look for it. Otherwise, we're living in a chaotic environment. But actually, everything is fully under the control of our master. So if we surrender to him, then we'll also come in line, in harmony with his plan. And that's what truth means, and that's what harmony means, to come in line with the plan of the Lord, with his desire for us. But ultimately it's up to us, because the Lord has given us free will. So how will you use your free will? That's the question. And no one else to blame. Not even the Kali Yuga is to blame for the problems that we find ourselves in. Only ourselves. And so similarly, only ourselves will make us resolved to leave this material world behind us and to try to enter into the service world. We have to make that decision. And of course, it is not by our strength, but by the grace of the Lord and the grace of the Vaishnavas that we are able to progress and proceed in that way. But first of all, some willing participation from our side is necessary. So that we have to take seriously. And the Lord will help us. The Lord will make all arrangements. That's my thinking, and that's my contribution for today's talk.
Haribo.
Jai Gurudev.
And in the harmony department, especially the devotees must try to be harmonious. The outside world may do whatever it likes, and it's got all sorts of equipment to do whatever it likes with too. But the devotees will try to be harmonious and follow Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur's repeated advice in Chaitanya Bhagavat, one of the books that we do read, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, which Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is always referring to. And there Srila Vrindavan Thakur is saying, if you see any dispute, arguments between devotees, do not take sides. It is their argument. It is not your argument. You stay on the safe ground. She is a Vaishnava, he or she is a Vaishnava. They're having argument. That's their argument. They'll sort it out. But not to take any sides, and rather we keep our vision clean and clear, and we keep our vision clean and clear under the guidance of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. And many challenges and tests must come to us throughout our whole life. After all, Gurudev said about Trinadapi Sunichana Taroreva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadaharihi. That it's a lifetime of practice, but especially with the devotees, we must try to practice very much. It may be in the workplace and so many things, then all sorts of external anger and greed or argument, things taking place, people taking sides. Okay, that's mundane against mundane, and all those things are going on. But with devotees, everyone is a devotee first, and we must see that part. And everybody is trying, everyone is connected, and we are here to give support for everybody. This is Gurudev's family. It is his family to serve Guru Maharaj. And so we must nourish everybody, recognizing everybody's come to be a devotee. Otherwise, why are they wearing tilak and dhotis and doing all sorts of things, being shunned by their parents and friends, and people laughing at them. Why? Because come for a higher ideal. So we must remember that part. And Gurudev always seeing the good part in everybody. And maybe last time on Zoom here in London, I'm not sure, we had that sloka. I know that Praneshwari Didi found the shloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam that Lord Shiva, he doesn't see any fault. He never sees the fault in others, but only sees the good part. So this, and that good part, he will expand, nourish that. And this was very much Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj. So we are not Govinda Maharaj, but we've got the example of Gurudev. And so, okay, Gurudev can do this, so we will try to do it. We will also try to do like this ourselves. And with mutual help to each other, then everyone is getting mutual strength. But to avoid all those things, and when Shiva was being heavily abused, when Shiva was being heavily abused, he quietly got up and walked away. It was written there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Hare Krishna. But we see others being abused. It is very unhappy. I'm being called by the senior section right now. What can I say? Hare Krishna, and Shyama Malini Devashis joined us too. Mauritius clocks are different than other clocks.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad.
Sorry, I was a bit late.
No problem. But we have come to London, and just at the very beginning, just maybe a minute or two before the start time, I think I caught the tail end of Rasamoyi Pandita giving a little update on the health of the devotees who had the virus. Please, for our nourishment, that we may know the devotees are okay, which I think you were telling, can you just confirm that the devotees are doing okay who got the virus, etc.?
Yes, Maharaj. So we're very happy to share that Saraswati Didi is doing much better. As you can see, she's right there and gaining strength. Not quite 100% yet, but getting there. And then Anjali Didi went back to Bournemouth. She's also, she's now there, and she still has strength to gain, but she's crossed the worst part, and so has Sachi Didi. Okay. Worst part's over, thankfully, but I think they're both still, I know Sachi is still very weak, so time is needed to recuperate. And then Gaura Narayan Prabhu and Vishnu Priya, they both also caught the virus, and they're doing much better now. And they're also coming to the end of their isolation period. So overall, thank goodness, everyone is making progress.
Right, very good. And Keshavananda, he had the virus in Utah, some months ago, when many devotees in the Salt Lake City temple got the virus. And he said, actually, for him to become 100% took quite a while. He got better, but then he was still noticing that, I've been somewhat attacked by this virus for some time. So to get to the 100% may take a while. Maybe like charging a battery. Was it you charge it to 90% quickly, and then the last 10% takes a while. So hang on in there, Saraswati Didi, and good to see you up. And they're at the office table, perhaps, I'm not sure. So
Dandavad, Maharaj, Dandavad. On the subject of harmony, some devotee very kindly posted on Facebook that we are paying a lot of karma by being all contagious here in West London, Matt. Very kind. So yeah, we are tolerating, Maharaj, trying to harmonize with the environment. It's all perfect. right?
And that's the mercy of Gurudev, that you are able to harmonize with the environment with that vision. Jai Gurudev.
We are trying to follow in their footsteps. It's not easy to cultivate that angle of vision. It's not easy, but with the help of the Vaishnavas, I'm sure that we will get there one day.
Yes, and we are trying. And we never will think we're perfect. As soon as we think we're a little bit perfect, we're going to get a rap on the knuckles for sure. And I would consider that not karma, but Gurudev giving those raps on the knuckles. So a lifetime to go forwards. But let us use this lifetime and not be hopeless by the environment of any sort. Virus, war, which Devashis pointed out, somewhere there's war going on, and just because it's not at the moment on your doorstep doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Look at the history books. And so all these things, they're all just around the corner and due to the mass sinful activity. And really, we can say, I feel very strongly sometimes, it is only because of Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission all over the world that there's been some relative peace for so long. So we mustn't take it for granted. And the other thing is that the power of Mahaprabhu's mission going around the world, it is benefiting everybody who knows it or who doesn't know it. And we need to just play our part to help spread the glories of Mahaprabhu. The glories of the holy name, the glories of Guru Gauranga, glories of Seva, the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Many glories to spread. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
All right, so may I take your permission to go, because some calls are coming in for me, and then we have some other duties to do. But we're very happy to be with you all, and also here, this part of the world, more public preaching programs this evening, outside public preaching program, and some, I don't forget what it's called, but anyway, some program we've been to before when many people come. And so let us all remember each other. We are remembering when we get news of when the Sankirtan is going to go down to Oxford Street or Hammersmith, when we get news that the Sankirtan is going out in Riga or in St. Petersburg, we're always happy to think about those times. Yes, we're joining by heart. So we invite you to join by heart also at 6 p.m. We'll be doing some Harinam Sankirtan and some Hare Katha to the public. Please come and join us by heart. All right, from my side, I'll take your leave, but Devashis Prabhu and you all are all there with each other, and you're welcome to continue for a few minutes as you wish to do. Bancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavat, dandavat.
Dandavat, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dandavat to you all. Good wishes to one and all, one and all. Seva Rupa, Kaila, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Au revoir.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.